What is wrong with you? All right, so here we go. We got Rob up first. We'll go lower on up, tight end, wide receiver, running back, then quarterback. So, Rob, these are your top 8 tight ends. Can you see them, or want me to read them off?
You could read them off.
All right, Rob, number 8, Schultz. Number 7, Kittle. Number 6, Ingram. Number 5, McBride. Number 4, Pitts. Number 3, Andrews. Number 2, Laporta. Number 1, Kelsey. Any thoughts as to why you chose some of these guys and put them in these spots?
I see, the quote unquote analysts and gurus, they have Laporta number 1, which I don't get, but cool. Kelsey gonna be number 1 until he retires, in my opinion. I did put Laporta number 2 because I think he's gonna continue to grow and get better in that offense and still be a more primary target. But my surprise one, and my surprise people or people might debate, is the Pitts. And I'm doing that based off of the projection of they got a better quarterback, new system, and they're going to finally put them weapons to use. So this is his make or break.
I'm with you there.
This is his make or break. Everything else, I don't see nothing wrong.
I'm with you. I looked through, when I was putting it together, I was trying to see what the experts had, X, Y, and Z. And like I said, we all are pretty much roughly the same. And yeah, man, Schultz, Kittle from 8 to 1, Schultz, Kittle, Ingram, McBride, Pitts, Andrews, Laporta, Kelsey.
Yeah, that was a little tough for me too, because honorable mentions, if we're doing that, honorable mentions would have been what's his name? I can't say his name properly, but the Philadelphia tight end.
Goddard. Yeah, no, I got you. It's weird, right? Going with just 8 to 10, you can realize, I get 10, I can get these guys in. When you get down to 8, you're like, shit, I got to take this guy out. I got to put this guy in.
Yeah, I left Goddard off. I left McBride, and I was on the line with Ferguson. But I think those 8 right there is going to be very productive. Because it was a bad year for the tight ends last year, if you ask me.
We're going to go just tight end straight through. So, Felix, you're up next with tight ends. I'm going to bring up for
Felix. Has a tight end. What?
Ooh.
What are you saying, Sonny?
So, Felix, your tight ends. You got number 8, Bowers. Number 7.
Bowers, Ingram.
There you go. Oh, you got Lacy. Go for it.
Yeah, I got laser. Bowers, Ingram, Pitts, Kittle, Trey McBride, Andrews, Laporta, Kelsey. I think that's an awesome top 8. I wish I could draft all 8 and play all 8 at the same time. But yeah, I did see a lot of people with Laporta number 1. I'm sorry, I just can't take Kelsey off my list. I just can't. It's Travis Kelsey. I mean, he's a superstar.
Exactly.
His girlfriend is like bigger than the world. He has to show up every week to play, yes. or else he doesn't get to snuggle with her at home. So he has to go out and show why he's the number 1 tight end in the league. But I do like Laporta. I think Andrews gonna have a bounce back year. I think Trey McBride is gonna have a big year. Last year he kind of went off and he didn't even have a quarterback. I think he had like 80 something catches, and he didn't even have a
hell of a year.
I don't even know the quarterbacks that was there because Kyler wasn't there for most of the year.
Powder Cousin was over there, wasn't he?
Who? Yeah, that guy.
Dobbs was there.
Was Dobbs there?
For a little bit, right?
I felt like he played for 32 teams.
Yeah,
I think he played for 32 teams last year.
They didn't have much over there, and he was still able to shine.
Yeah,
I think Ingram's gonna have a big year. He had a big year last year.
Yeah,
he balled out last year, and then I think Brock Bowers. I think he's gonna take the league by storm. Like the dude the tools that this guy has is just unbelievable.
So you think he's gonna start over Myers?
Yeah, he's better than Myers already.
No, I agree, but I'm saying you think he's gonna
start over whoever's there. I think he'll be the number 2 receiver there, but behind Devontae. Jacoby Myers is all right, but I think he'll be the number 2. Minshew loves the tight end.
I was going to say that's a good
and
pick.
I don't think there's a lot of players in the league that can run with Brock Bowers. When you're thinking of safeties and linebackers, like I don't know what they're going to do because he's bigger. He's bigger than the corners. If you try to put a corner on him,
yeah,
he's more athletic than the linebackers. And then the safeties, I think, are going to have problems. Like the kid's amazing. I think he's going to be top 8.
All right. So again, Felix tight end, Bowers from 8 to 1. Bowers, Ingram, Pitts, Kittle, McBride, Andrews, Laporta, Kelsey. That is not a bad list. Not a bad list.
Sounds like you got him as rookie of the year. Or offensive rookie of the year.
Well, I think the offensive rookie of the year is Caleb Selous.
It's a valid point.
Caleb going to MVP.
All right, here we go. Billy's tight end list. So 8 to 1. I've got Ingram, Andrews, Ferguson, McBride, Pitts, Kincaid, Laporta, and Kelsey. Like Rob, I've got Pitts at 4 because I do believe having Cousins there is going to open up for him. I had McBride at 4 and Pitts at 5. I switched those, but I'm with everybody too. Consensus-wise, McBride, I think, is going to be a top 5, no questions asked. I have Andrews back further because though he could have a bounce-back year, the injuries do worry me. He's not been a stud in the past couple years, and it is injury-related. Ingram, I think, is going to do well, like you said. If we went to 10, I'd have Bowers and Kittle at 9 and 10. But I have Kittle off the top 8 because we talked about it last week or the week before. Kittle's is so boomer bust. I think he might be – he's top 10. But Pitts was boomer bust for a while. But I think they're going to find a way to get him the ball. And like with you guys, I think Laporta is great. But until Kelsey stops getting 100 catches and 1,000 yards, he's got to be number 1. He's going to be the top producer. Being a Bills fan and knowing that Josh Allen has limited resources, I do think it's going to be a tight end heavy offense. I think Kincaid is going to do great. And then with Ferguson, Dak throws the ball, bro. He's a top producing passer, and Ferguson is on that list of targets for him. So that's my top 8. Again, 8 to 1. Ingram, Andrews, Ferguson, McBride, Pitts, Kincaid, Laporta, and Kelsey.
I got Kittles will go up if Ayuk gets traded.
Bro, I'm with you there too. I think Kittle's gonna. He's so boomer buster, but like I said, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's nervous getting ready to pick him, but if we had 10, he'd be in 10, no questions asked. So now with that,
I think
you go.
Well, at least for me, and putting the biasness aside, I think because of how he's utilized. Like I think
you're 100% right.
It goes again with the Ayuk thing. If you put Kittles in another offense, I think he's more featured and he's asked to do more of the pass catching of the position versus blocking because he's used and has been used more so for blocking and then pass catching second. Yeah. That's why I said I could because I'm biased, but that's why I said I think overall he might be the overall best tight end as far as the total package. I won't argue if people say Kelsey is the best because his pass catching ability, but
so looking up here, FantasyPros, this is the overall latest consensus from all the experts compiled in the FantasyPros payroll, apparently. Laporta is number 1. Kelsey is number 2. McBride is number 3. Andrews number 4. They're tier 1. Tier 2, number 5, Kincaid. Number 6, Ingram. Number 7, Pitts. Number 8, Kittle. Number 9, Ferguson. We all have a mix of the top 2 tier in our lineups. And then outside of that, Felix has Bowers. Rob's got Schultz. So we do have people in the top 15. Majority of ours are in the top 9 with Bowers and Schultz just on the outside. So we do have the top guys, but our number 1 is switched up. But 1 and 2 we have swapped. McBride's in all of our top 5. I have Kincaid in my top 5 pits. Felix has him at 7. Rob and I got him at 4, I believe. Kittle's not in my top 8, but would be in my top 10. But I do have Ferguson. So these are the experts at Fantasy Pros. These are who they have as their tight ends.
But I'm trying to figure out, what are we missing with this Laporta? Is it they think he's going to be featured more? Because I think that Lions are going to be more balanced than they were last year. I think with a healthy Williams now, Gibbs, like I don't know.
No, you're right. What they have on that team, as far as they have a top tight end, a top running back duo, a top receiver, they've got that ball's got to get spread around. So I'm with you. But in goal line, he did get the bulk of those passes. And
indeed.
And Kelsey, though, like it's Kelsey who the Pacheco can run. Whoever the new guy is they got, Worthy or something, he's flashy, but Kelsey's their number 1, 2, and 3 guy. You got to have him top 2 for sure. And like I said, until he's not catching 100 passes and 1,000 yards, he's got to be number 1. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then Hollywood is hurt right now.